Unsealed in Florida. Remember that search warrant that authorized all those feds and some of those perverted feds to go into Melania's sock drawer, whatever was going on in her closet? They were raiding everything at Trump's residence. And when we wanted to see their justification for going and doing that, well, they redacted everything and then they sealed the filings so we couldn't see much of what was inside. And now, thanks to Judge Cannon and her propensity for transparency, we have the unsealed search warrant. We're going to put two documents up side by side and go through them together. And to do that, let's get the documents up now. As soon as I can do that, here, boom. All right, so let's clean this up a bit. These are the two filings. One of these was dropped on the docket back in 2022. The other was dropped back on April 26, 2024. So we have two different filings, one from some time ago and one obviously a lot more recently. You can see on the right. Now, what's curious about this is some of this is highly redacted. For example, this is the redacted on the left. And when we scroll down here to page 2, we see that we have a new paragraph that is suddenly unredacted. So we get to peer inside and we're happy about that. Now, what is this full document on the right? Let's just zoom up here a little bit so I can show you where this is originating from. This was all originally under seal, right? There was a motion to seal. We just got limited bits and pieces of all of this. But now Judge Cannon has said, okay, you can see inside. This came originally from a U.S. assistant attorney. His name is Michael Thacker. That came in, says, Your Honor, we're petrified that if this gets out, everyone's going to know how corrupt we are. And so please seal it because of national security, blah, blah, blah. Highly sensitive documents. And we don't want this filed on the public because it poses a risk to safety. There's sensitive nature of information, blah, blah. Okay, got it. Sealing order. The judge who issued the warrant. Okay, this is Bruce Reinhardt. So this is not Judge Cannon that we're talking about because all of this was being investigated, obviously, before the raid occurred. So he says, right, the original judge, not Cannon, says, no problem. I'm here in Florida. This is the Southern District of Florida, highly sensitive document, sealing order, right? So he gives us the rubber check on it. This is before criminal charges are filed because they're doing their investigation. So then August 5th, 2022, there's an application for a warrant by telephone, right? They fax this over and they get here. It's continued. Now this is the affidavit. And so let's see now how these two documents compare with one another. 38 pages. We've read the original redacted version long time ago when this originally happened. And so we'll go quickly here, just highlighting the differences between the two filings. As you can see on the right and the left, the two search warrant applications saying this is our affidavit. We want to search and seize these materials from the Trump residence. They say the government is conducting a criminal investigation into documents. This investigation began because NARA sent a letter to the DOJ and there are 15 boxes that we need to go find. And so we're going to go help track those down. Now they tell us that the FBI's investigation, after all of their due diligence, has established that documents bearing classification markings, which appear to contain national defense information, were among the materials in the 15 boxes. Now, this is all new. Since the 15 boxes were provided to NARA, additional documents bearing classification markings, which appear to contain NDI, were stored at the premises in an unauthorized location and have been produced to the government in response to a grand jury subpoena directed at Trump's post-presidential office and seeking documents containing classification markings stored at the premises or otherwise under the president's control. Now, we might be asking ourselves, okay, there's nothing really too juicy in there, is there? Other than they're giving us maybe some investigatory details about how they got stuff, right? What the evidence contains, what the evidence shows, but we're not seeing, evidence of corruption, in other words, as sometimes we might expect. So they say there's probable cause to believe additional documents contain these materials. Now, who are these people? Paragraph 4, we have limited redactions in the original. Some things have been unredacted. Says, I am a special agent with the FBI, Washington Field Office. They didn't want us to know that this person has been with the Counterintelligence Division and has been there since 2016. He's got training at Quantico and so on. And he says, I'm currently assigned, this person, to investigate counterintelligence and espionage matters, right? They didn't want us to know who this person is, probably so we can not really identify the FBI agent and see who's behind all this. Now, he says, I'm familiar with how we collect these materials and so on, right? So all the rest of this is pretty much both sides we can read. No redactions for quite some time. And then we get down to page 8. Now, page 8, we wrap up. They say in paragraph 25 in both documents, says the archivist of NARA said in a letter to Congress, Maloney, that we had communications with Trump's people and Trump's people are being ornery. And so now, the same day, the Save America Political Action Committee posted the following on behalf of Trump. Okay, so we're still February 18th now. They say Trump posted this on True Social, or posted this statement statement by Donald Trump. They said he posted this on behalf of Trump. Trump wrote, the National Archives did not, quote, find anything, okay? They were given, upon request, presidential records in an ordinary routine process to ensure the preservation of my legacy in accordance with the Presidential Records Act. They say here's a full image of the statement below. Now, in the redacted document, you can see this whole section is redacted. Why? Let's see. So here is Trump's statement. The unredacted document looks like now. The title, which is new, says Trump stores documents in boxes. Let's see what's inside. On April 12th, FBI agents interviewed, this is 2022, a Trump representative called Witness Blank. And Witness Blank learned from another White House employee, hereinafter referred to as this person, that Trump kept boxes in his bedroom in the White House residence. Now, both witness person, this person, and this so-and-so heard that Trump brought the documents that he wanted to read to the White House residence at the end of the day. And someone reported that these documents were placed in boxes that would be stacked in the corner after Trump was done reading them. Now, on May 12th, FBI agents interviewed a former employee of Trump, witness so-and-so, who was specifically responsible for handling the presidential papers in the White House. Witness so-and-so also described a regular flow of documents between the White House residence and the Oval Office carried by the valets at the direction of Trump. And we have a question on May 12th, who's specifically responsible for handling these. So I guess the time period is, well, the question mark is, what is the time frame? Regular flow of documents from when to when and why, and maybe they get into that. But we get even more redactions? Come on, man. Okay, so you can see they give us one sentence, thanks, redacted, redacted, redacted. First sentence is both redacted. But then they say, it was Trump's practice to store accumulated documents in boxes, and that continues to be his practice. Now, paragraph 29 was sealed or redacted. Now it is unredacted. It says, in mid-December 2020, Witness Blank was aware from the valets that there were still, quote, several boxes of records in the White House residence. Now, witness so-and-so brought this to the attention of Trump's chief of staff, December 2020. Trump is still in office. Now, witness Blank did not know specifically what documents were in those boxes, but stated they could have anything in them. And there could be newspaper articles, briefing books, press statements, draft letters, so-and-so. Witness knew that Trump received daily briefing books there, and the documents like schedules and dues of the day and economic reports and other matters that were mostly unclassified. Now, sometimes, unredacted, the daily briefing book contained classified reports. And witness Blank also regularly handled on behalf of Trump decision memo packages that had classified material attached, or talking points for State Department phone calls that were classified as the confidential level at a minimum. Now, the witness, we don't know who it is, did not always receive those documents back, and they were handled by other staff. And so this witness was aware that some of these documents ended up in boxes, as that was Trump's filing system. Now, sometimes the documents that Trump did not return or discard in a burn bag, a common method of disposing of classified documents for appropriate destruction, would be thrown in a box on the theory that Trump might want to do something with them later. We have a shout out to our friend Elliot on Locals, who has a tremendous Substack on this. Elliot we'll link to that. We'll throw that in the chat. Now, understanding that if a document can be discarded, Elliot's point, if a document can be discarded into a burn bag, then maybe it is actually not a classified document subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. We'll pull that link up when we're done here. Now, boxes containing documents were transported. You can see we have a first sentence here that was unredacted in both locations. But they say, according to a CBS Miami article titled Moving Trucks Spotted at Mar-a-Lago, published on Monday, January 18th, at least 2 moving trucks were observed at the premises on January 18th. Then we get redacted. This is new. On June 9th, FBI agents interviewed a current Mar-a-Lago employee, and this witness recalled that the move had occurred on a Monday evening when a large moving truck and a box truck were present. Now, although this witness did not observe banker boxes being offloaded from the trucks, at a later date, witness so-and-so recalled observing banker boxes in the white and gold ballroom in Mar-a-Lago, telling us on May 26th, the FBI interviewed witness 5. Now, witness 5 was employed by Trump both during the administration and after the end of the administration on January 20th. Now, on June 21st, witness 5 testified under oath before a federal grand jury sitting in D.C. Now, before the grand jury, he stated that during the move from the White House to Mar-a-Lago, bankers' boxes were placed within large brown boxes labeled redacted. So they tell us witness 5. Now, according to witness redacted, this is all new again, witness so-and-so subsequently learned that approximately 85 to 95 of Trump's boxes, hereinafter called Trump's boxes, were transported from the White House to the premises, but witness blank did not know when this occurred. And they're trying to, timeline's very important because they're always trying to establish obstruction. obstruction. You know, they requested the documents back and then Trump didn't provide the documents back. And then they found the documents. Oh, you obstructed by moving the boxes to a different location. Now, Witness X describes that Trump's boxes as white and blue banker's boxes and cardboard printer paper boxes with lids. Now, Witness Blank also confirmed that the boxes are similar to the ones pictured below in a photograph taken by the media of Trump aides loading the boxes into Marine One on January 20th as Trump departed the White House. We don't get the photos. Continually, this is new, says on or about January 20th, witness so-and-so observed several items which may have contained some of Trump's boxes being offloaded from Air Force One and transported to the premises. Now, between January 21, so Trump is now out, and late August 2021, the boxes were stored in at least 2 different rooms within Mar-a-Lago. Witness so-and-so was aware that in approximately May 21, Trump directed Mar-a-Lago staff to locate a permanent storage location on the premises for the boxes. This is new. In late August or early September, Witness Blank also observed that the boxes were in a ground floor storage room, hereinafter called a storage room. There was no lock on the door. Now, sometime thereafter, Witness Blank observed locks installed on the door. Witness Blank also described the storage room as being located on the ground floor pool level hallway within other offices and storage spaces. Now, the door to the storage room was painted gold, very classy, and no other markings were on it. The door on the storage room is located approximately midway up the wall, reachable by several wooden stairs. Now, in addition to the approximately 80 to 95 Trump boxes located in the storage room, there were other boxes in the storage room with merchandise like challenge coins, garment bags, memorabilia from Mar-a-Lago, photo frames, decor items, and moreover. Now, on May 27th, FBI agents interviewed Witness Blank. Witness Blank was employed by Trump, both during the administration and at the end. Now, Witness Blank also described the storage room as located in the basement of the premises, and according to the witness, the storage room held boxes and gifts from the White House deemed too valuable to store off-site. Witness stated the entrance to the storage room had a wooden door, spray-painted gold. All right, now, not a lot of this is, I would say, juicy expose. A lot of the times what we see in these redacted filings are indicia of corruption, right? Allegations that the Jack Smith deems to be too spicy for the public to see, like in some of the unsealed motions where Stanley Woodward is essentially alleging that they were threatening him and his judicial aspirations. So this is also new. Unredacted from the original search warrant, which was redacted prior to the raid, says on March 31st, the FBI also interviewed a White House government employee, Witness Blank. Witness Blank reported that sometime in 2017, he or she became aware of multiple documents not being given back to the White House. In 2018, Witness Blank learned from witness this person, so 2 different witnesses, that approximately 24 boxes of materials were being kept by Trump. But in 2018, that's curious. Let's see where this goes. Because Trump was still in office in 2018. Learned that 24 boxes of materials were being kept by Trump at the time. Now, another White House employee confirmed to Witness Blank that there was a separate holding area. After January 20th, 2021, Witness Blank was aware that multiple records had not been provided by Trump to NARA, including the 24 boxes. Okay, so this person has had this stuck in their mind since 2018. Trump never gave those boxes back. So he located them, they got moved, documents are being moved around. These people are librarians, essentially. So he says somebody checked out some library books in 2018. We haven't got them back. So then we fast forward all the way till Trump leaves. He says, those are overdue library books. We got to go get those back. On May 6th, this is all new after this first sentence. We knew this sentence. On May 6th, NARA made a request for the missing records and continued to make requests until late December when NARA was informed that 12 boxes were found and ready for retrieval at the premises. And so this same witness, whoever that person is, who's had this little, they've got documents over there that we got to get back. Trump leaves. Oh, they never returned those library books back. Go get them. Now, this is all new. After receiving, according to witness whatever, after receiving the request from NARA, Trump wanted to review the boxes before providing them to NARA. Witness so-and-so and witness 5, Walt Knott, I believe, and this person collected the 15 boxes closest to the door in the storage room, and they delivered them to Trump. They carried the boxes from the storage room to the entryway of Trump's personal residential suite on the premises. Now, between January 1st, 2022, 1st and the 17th, so about 2 weeks, January 2022, no charges yet, Witness Blank, Witness 5, and so-and-so placed 2 to 4 boxes at a time outside Trump's personal suite. Now, when they interviewed Walt on May 26th, the FBI, Walt claimed that the first time Witness 5 saw the boxes was when Witness 5 moved them from Pine Hall, which is the anteroom, to Trump's personal residential suite. Man, anteroom, man, that's fancy. And to the moving truck to provide the boxes to NARA. Witness 5, Walt, also testified before the grand jury that he or she had actually weeks prior moved them to the storage room to Pine Hall for Trump's review. review. Then in the interview, he stated that she did not know where the boxes had come from prior to landing in Pine Hall. Now, testifying under oath, he claimed that he had said this because he was not sure how the boxes got there. This is why you don't talk to the feds ever, because they just catch you in a lie and then charge you when you don't cooperate. Witness 5 thereafter admitted, however, that he or she was not aware of anyone moving the boxes to Pine Hall, right? So like, oh, sorry, Walt, you're a liar now. Thanks for cooperating. Perjury trap. Boom, busted. Now, on January 17th, witness so-and-so believes that Trump took the boxes into the residential suite and reviewed them. As this is right, they're his documents. On January 17th, the day of the scheduled NARA pickup, witness blank saw all 15 boxes in the hallway outside Trump's suite. So they have this like inside mole at Mar-a-Lago. Witness 5 also testified that the 15 boxes were in Pine Hall. Pine Hall is the anteroom to the presidential suite. You can see all this is brand new. Witness blank also believed that Trump personally reviewed the items that were requested by NARA. So he looked at them, and witness 5 testified that he or she and witness so-and-so transferred the boxes from Pine Hall to Walt's car. From there on January 17th, witness blank and witness 5 met the NARA contract driver and provided the driver with the 15 boxes. Now, even though there were far more Trump boxes than the 15 boxes, Trump did not review the remainder of the boxes before the NARA pickup. According to witness 5, the 15 boxes were not selected from Trump's boxes for review in a systematic way. He also testified before the grand jury that he would just open the door, turn to my left, grab a box, take it up, going through the boxes. Walt confirmed that he was instructed not to take any particular boxes, and he said, okay, when asked if he could just take some off the top. Then Walt was questioned, why did you not bring for review more than what Walt approximated? Why didn't you bring them all? He says, well, once I started putting them in there, I was like, okay, like that's it, that's enough. This is enough boxes. According to witness 5, Trump did not state why he did not want to review more boxes before the NARA pickup, but whenever witness 5 asked whether Trump wanted witness 5 to get any more boxes, Trump would just say, no, that's it, I'm good. So like Trump knows that NARA is going to come and he's reviewing some boxes. Why isn't he reviewing more boxes? And then he just didn't review them. So Trump is, by not acting, obstructing, right? Not giving the boxes back. The librarian's going to be here to collect their documents. They're not their documents. They're Trump's. Get the heck out of here. They're his books, not yours. So it continues. Now we get a new unredacted photo, I believe, although we may have seen that one. Here is the difference between the documents. Paragraph 45 says, according to witness blank, however, approximately 70 to 80 of the aforementioned 85 to 95 Trump boxes remained in the storage room as of approximately January 2022. Now, witness blank did not know the contents of the remaining 70 to 80 Trump boxes. You can see there's a bunch of boxes in there. Now, but believed that they contained the same types of documents that were otherwise provided to NARA. Now, on May 18th, the FBI obtained an undated photograph, now called the storage photo, from this witness. So this person's going around snapping photos for the feds, who had access to the storage room. Witness blank took the photograph, gave it to Trump sometime between these two dates. Now, the purpose of the photograph was to show Trump the volume of the photos. Here it is, 61 of Trump boxes located in the storage room, in this storage room right there. Now, 15 boxes were actually given back to NARA. FBI agents conducted a preliminary review of the 15 boxes, triage. There were 184 unique documents, classification markings, and so on. And we see some newly unredacted paragraphs. 48 tells us, given witness blank's statements that the 15 boxes were a sampling taken from the larger amount of 85 to 95 boxes being stored in the storage room and on the premises, this FBI agent, right, now he has to say, there's a search warrant. I need a warrant now to go look at these other boxes. I believe the contents of the remainder of the boxes are similar to the contents of the 15 boxes. So each of these is like the others. Further, based upon the presence and the number of documents that bear classification markings, there is reason to believe that the remaining boxes also contain national defense information. Also new. Following the provision of the 15 boxes to NARA, remaining boxes were moved from a storage room to other locations. On June 21st, while testifying under oath, Walt Nauta stated that sometime after January 2022, after the provision of the 15 boxes to NARA, Trump requested additional boxes be moved. He just says, yeah, bring me a couple boxes, I'll work through them. Just grab and put them in Pine Hall. Now, according to Walt, he was not asked, nor did he return the boxes to the storage room. Walt confirmed that he or she had been in the storage room recently, acknowledging that when he was in there were fewer boxes in the storage room than was represented in the storage photo. When asked how Walt would account for the deficit in the boxes, he stated that the remaining boxes were in his room in the residence, referring to Trump's suite. So then there was a grand jury subpoena. Now, the DOJ, this FBI agent says, the DOJ told me that an attorney representing Trump, called Trump Lawyer 1, agreed to accept service of a grand jury subpoena from DC for someone handling this matter for the DOJ counsel. The subpoena was directed to the custodian of records for Trump, and it requested the following materials. You see all these classification markings. We've got top secret, secret, confidential, top secret, no foreign, ORCON, all these different monikers for all the different levels of classification. All that was redacted previously. They say the return date of that subpoena was May 2022. Now, DOJ's counsel also sent Trump's counsel a letter that permitted alternative compliance with the subpoena by providing any responsive documents back to the FBI. If nothing exists, let us know that you've looked and you don't have it. On May 25th, while negotiating for an extension of that subpoena, Trump's lawyers sent 2 letters to the DOJ counsel. And I don't know why they redacted that, right? So maybe dates, they don't want us to maybe see that, but they say this here in the second such letter. Okay. In the second letter, which is attached to Exhibit 1, the lawyers asked the DOJ to consider some principles. And DOJ said, get the heck out of here. So the FBI agent says, I'm aware of an article in Breitbart which says Kash Patel, who is Trump's top administration official, is misleading people. He alleged that reports were misleading because Trump declassified the materials. But this witness was aware that Patel visited Trump on the premises around the time that Breitbart was published. And so though witness 1 was not present at any of the meetings between Patel and Trump. So they're saying Patel might be getting information and he's repeating this stuff on the news. Now on May 26, on June 7th, FBI agents interviewed this witness. Witness blank was employed by Trump during the administration. This witness believed that Trump had classified records related to what they call Russiagate, when Trump was falsely set up by the intelligence agencies as being a colluder with Russia. Never happened. Crossfire hurricane, all that stuff. So they said Trump took records that implicate, basically, this fake hoax from the Democrats, orchestrated by Hillary Clinton and the DNC, Michael Sussman and the rest of that crew there. Witness blank was not aware of additional records being declassified. Is a person in a position to know that? Says there were not records that were declassified in the manner in which Patel claimed. So, okay, how does that person know what these details are? Is this a high-ranking person? Certainly sounds like it. Now, witness blank opined that the President of the United States could declassify classified information without concurrence from or coordination with other or the owner of the information. Now, in some instances, this witness related, like those involving the Atomic Energy Act, that there may be statutes that purport to establish a framework for declassifying the classified information. Now, after an extension was granted for compliance with the subpoena on the evening of June 2nd, Trump's lawyer 1 contacted the DOJ, said, hey, FBI agents, can you guys come meet us the following day, pick up some of these documents? On June 3rd, 3 FBI agents and DOJ lawyers went to the premises at Mar-a-Lago to accept the receipt of the materials. Now, in addition to Trump's lawyer, another individual called Individual 2 was also present as the custodian of records for Trump's post-presidential office. Now, the production included a single red weld envelope wrapped in tape containing documents. Trump's lawyer 1 relayed that the documents in the red weld tape would be found during a review of the boxes located in the storage room. Individual 2 also provided a certification letter signed by Individual 2, which stated the following, and I believe this is probably Christina Bobb. Christina Bobb is another Trump lawyer who just got indicted in Arizona. If I'm not mistaken, I think she was the one who signed that certification. Based upon the information that had been provided to me, I'm authorized to say on behalf of Trump, a diligent search was conducted on the boxes. It was conducted after receipt of the subpoena to locate the documents. Any and all responsive documents had been found and been provided here, accompany this, and there you go. So they say during the production, Trump's lawyer stated that he was advised all the records that came from the White House were stored in one location at Mar-a-Lago. So one Trump lawyer says they're all here. The storage room. And they said, well, he can't move them out of that room. The storage room, and the boxes of the records in the storage room were the remaining repository of the records from the White House. Now, Trump's lawyer 1 further stated he was not advised there were any records in any private office or any other space. FBI agents and counsel, they're like, oh, you're lying to us. He's like, I'm telling you what I know. We're permitted to see the storage room, and they observed that 50 to 55 boxes remained in the storage room. Now, considering that only 15 boxes have been provided to NARA of the approximately 85 to 95 that have been located, it appears that approximately 15 to 30 of Trump boxes has been previously relocated elsewhere, right? So they're barging in there, expecting to find this big drug bust of classified documents all over the place, and the documents have been moved. It's like a scene out of a, bad Netflix movie. Ah, they're not here. Trump has them in his, room. He's laughing, throwing these boxes around. The FBI agents also observed that the composition of the boxes differed such that fewer bankers' boxes were visible, while more plain cardboard boxes were present. Other items were also present in the storage room, including a coat rack with suit jackets, as well as interior decor like wall art and frames. Now, while testifying, still new, that before the grand jury, Walt Nauta stated he did not know whether Trump's lawyer reviewed any of the boxes that were in the residential suite, but he did not see the lawyer go in there. Now, a preliminary preliminary review of the documents contained in the envelope pursuant to the grand jury subpoena revealed the following numbers. There were 38 unique documents with classification markings. There were 5 documents marked as confidential, 16 secret, 17 top secret, and further, FBI agents observed markings reflecting the following caveats: HCS, SI, FISA. Now, based on my training and experience, I know these documents contain typically national defense information, and it contains multiple documents also contain what appear to be Trump's handwritten notes. Isn't that funny? Because remember, Ronald Reagan had a bunch of classified handwritten notes in his journal, in his diary, that he wrote regularly in, and no one raided his house to go get those. Similarly unredacted. Now I can see why they don't want us to see that clearly. Oh, they're his handwritten notes. Yeah. So it shows you the precedent is even broader, that they're deviating from even the dude's notes. Reagan wrote diary after diary filled with stuff. Clinton sat down and did interviews about it, and he was allowed to keep those recordings while he was recording stuff like of the presidency in action, taking phone calls and crap. So it's just ridiculous. Now you know why they don't want you to see that stuff. Now 59 says, notably, although the 15 boxes provided to NARA contained approximately 184 unique documents with classification markings, only approximately 38 unique documents with classification markings were produced from the remaining Trump boxes. So a little bit of a different ratio. Now, when producing the documents, neither Trump's counsel nor the other person who signed the affirmation that the search had been completed asserted that Trump had declassified the documents. Like, well, you didn't say you declassified it. So what? He did it by virtue of taking the documents. They're his. That's the presidential duty. Again, if he has to notify somebody, excuse me, head librarian, I'm declassifying these. What are they? Is it just notice? It's a notice requirement? Where is that in the Constitution anywhere that says Trump can only take the documents if he properly notifies NARA? Anywhere. Someone can point that out. It's not in there. And if it's a statute, well, then how does that statute passed by Congress overtake the U.S. Constitution, which gives the president document power pursuant to the Constitution, which says he right to the opinion of his executives and their writings in the Constitution. Now it says here, the letter stated, DOJ sent Trump's lawyer a letter, which restated that the premises were not authorized to store these classified documents. Head librarian's very upset with you. And we've read a lot of that. Now let's see, more redactions, unredactions, come from this section. They tell us that surveillance camera footage shows boxes being removed from the storage room area prior to Trump's lawyer review in connection with the subpoena. So this is where all the obstruction stuff comes around. Okay, Trump and his people were moving boxes around because they're his boxes. He's allowed to move them around and look at them. He doesn't have to go to the storage room and sit there on a stool and look at the boxes. So they say, oh, now they have got moles inside Mar-a-Lago, people who are, from our intelligence agencies spying on a former president so that they can ensnare him in a document scandal and charge him with crimes that no one else has been charged with. So, all right, now they say DOJ counsel, losers, has advised this FBI agent that on or about June 22nd, Trump lawyers, a group of business entities, confirmed the Trump organization maintains security cameras. They want to go get those. And so they agreed to accept a subpoena for that footage. Now, the subpoena sought everything, any and all surveillance footage from everything. On July 6, in response to the subpoena, representatives of the Trump organization provided a hard drive to the FBI agents. Now, this is still redacted, right? So Trump's people voluntarily say, you want to look at our stuff? Here. They're not thinking they're about to get indicted by these people. Like they're supposed to be on the same team. They're not. Here's the footage. There's nothing going wrong here. Upon review of the hard drive, the FBI determined the drive contained video footage from 4 cameras in the basement and hallways of the premises to the storage room. The footage begins on April 23rd, ends on June 24th. The recording feature of the cameras appears to be motion activated, so footage is only captured when there is motion. Now, some of this they may want to redact just for security. You don't want to know the inner operations of Mar-a-Lago security. One camera in particular, I'm sure it's all upgraded now, identified on the hard drive as the South Tunnel Liquor, provides a view of the entry, here the anteroom that leads to the storage room. Now, the doorway to the anteroom itself is not visible in the camera, as a refrigerator is directly between the camera and the doorway, but the footage from this camera establishes entry and exit to the room because it's apparent when a person within the camera's field of view disappears behind the view behind the refrigerator. Now, in this anteroom, which is apparently the room before Trump's room, in addition to the entrance from the South Tunnel, it has approximately 4 doors leading off of it, one of which is a gold-painted door leading to the storage room. The anteroom provides the only entrance to the storage room. However, other areas, people might be able to come in. All right, we got it. Now, by reviewing the camera footage by the Trump organization, the FBI has determined the following. Oh, no. On May 24th, Walt is observed exiting the room with 3 boxes. On May 30th, 4 days after Walt's interview with the FBI, which the location of the boxes was a significant subject of questioning, which he went and voluntarily did. He's like, what's up? Witness 5 is observing the anteroom doorway with approximately 50 bankers boxes, consistent with the description of the Trump boxes. FBI did not not observe this quantity of boxes being returned to the storage room through the anteroom in its review of the footage. So like they're literally like librarians, okay? They're moving these boxes. Where are the boxes? They're tracking all the boxes. The next day on June 1st, Walt is observed carrying 11 brown boxes outside the entrance. One box did not have a lid on it. Oh my gosh! Nuclear codes! The day before that, on June 2nd, witness 5 is observed moving 25 to 30 boxes through cardboard locations. And 3.5 hours later, he's observed escorting Trump's lawyer through the entrance of the room. Now, they're not observed leaving until 2.5 hours later. So they're like monitoring them going through boxes and moving boxes around. What a crime. On June 3rd, Trump's lawyer is escorted through this room. Someone else is the Secret Service police printed on the back, and they're carrying a red weld envelope. Now, as described above, it's like, what's this grand conspiracy? They're moving boxes around so people can review them. Wow. Obstruction of justice. Raid them. As described above, Trump's lawyer contacted the DOJ on June 2nd, says, hey, come on over here. Invited him back. As described above, in response to a grand jury subpoena, they had a red weld envelope with more documents inside. Now, as described above, Walt testified before the grand jury. According to the FBI review of the video, he's observed moving 64 boxes from the storage room and only returning 25 to 30 boxes in the storage room. So they're saying, oh, he's like disposing of these materials, okay? And you can't do that. And maybe some of it's garbage. Like maybe they're just shredding it. Like, oh, this is a menu from that crap Chinese restaurant. Remember that place? It was horrible. We all got sick. Like, okay, shred that. You don't need boxes of that stuff. So that, whoa, those are presidential records. You know, you're getting indicted over this. So during his grand jury testimony, Walt was asked to identify the occasion on which he had entered the storage room and testified. He said, I don't know, a lot. What's in the storage room? Everything. Shirts, hats, stickers, storage room. When asked if he had removed anything from the storage room at any time, he says, well, recently, yeah. I mean, within the last month, I moved stuff. I removed a box of challenge coins and I took them to Trump's office. Now, he did not identify any other occasion in which he removed anything from the storage room, and he did not inform the grand jury within a month before his appearance that he had removed 60 boxes from the storage room. Got it. He's like literally disposing of the documents, and let me say not disposing, processing the documents, helping Trump process the documents, bringing the lawyers to process the documents. And that is what he's expected to be doing. And now he's being prosecuted. So FBI agent writes, there's probable cause to believe that there's national security secrets in here. As I explained, there's numerous boxes all over the place. In fact, they brought us a red weld envelope and there were a bunch of statements. So we think that it's very likely that this lawyer did not search for the classified information in other locations. So they only looked in the storage room, but there were other locations similar, like Pine Hall and elsewhere. And since Trump left the White House, this same witness has observed on several occasions Trump with documents containing classification markings on his desk, whoever this person is. An office space used by Trump and certain staffers that's located within the premises as well. However, this witness has not observed the documents at the premises with classification markings. Now, when Walt was questioned under oath as to whether there were bankers' boxes remaining in the residential suite, he said to his knowledge that there were. He also at first claimed there, I don't know, maybe 2-3 boxes in there. But when pressed, he said, I don't know, just 2 or 3. He says, I don't know, you know, everything happens fast. Like, is there only 2 or 3? He's like, I don't know, it happens fast. I bring in some boxes, we review them, they go away. So I don't know how many get bundled up. He then confirmed that he had taken multiple boxes since January to Trump's private residence and that Trump had asked him to take them back and return them to the room. Now, on or about June 10th, approximately 1 week after Trump left Mar-a-Lago for New Jersey, where Trump spends the summer, this witness entered the storage room. Trump's out of here, so let's go now investigate him. And observed noticeable differences in the types of boxes and organizations since the prior time of the witness. It's weird, like we're really concerned about security, you know, at these locations, but the feds are the ones who are, you know, invading these spaces with their own witnesses under the color of law to prosecute their own political opponents. It's incredible. So Trump leaves, they're like, oh, perfect, go in there, check everything. This witness is like, okay. Witness 1 expressed whatever witness expressed the last time they were in the storage room. They explained that it looked different and says, witness explained that when Trump lawyer accessed the storage room to conduct his review, it appeared that he was alone and his hands were empty when he entered, and says it would have taken a full day to estimate what was going on in that room. Now, similarly unredacted, they tell us on June 29, 2022, the timeline is progressing. They're writing, we got to get a warrant for the rest of Trump's stuff. FBI agents interviewed a current employee of Mar-a-Lago, this witness. Sometime after June, that witness was contacted by Trump's lawyer, said, is there a better way to secure this location? And then they installed a padlock. So here, this witness describes Trump's residential suite, often referred to as the quarters, the owner's quarters. Sliding steel doors known as Pine Hall leads to Trump's personal suite. Those 2 suites are connected by a door between them. Now, as of approximately June 26, witness blank was present in Trump's suite for maintenance surveillance purposes, but did not recall observing boxes in that location. On June 30th, this witness informed the FBI via legal counsel representing them that the dimensions of Trump's personal suite, Trump's personal suite is 16 feet by 28 feet, and the dimensions of Trump's spouse's personal suite, Melania, I knew it, are approximately 20 feet to 28 feet. These perverted FBI, they're like, oh, perfect. Where are her drawers? Where's her closet, perverts? Witness Blank's legal counsel confirmed that witness Blank may not have been able to fully observe the entirety of the personal suite in June. So they've got this witness also spying on the president's personal suite, and Melania's too. Sick. He leaves. Get in there. Go into his master bedroom. Get out the measuring tape. Our own FBI for a duly elected American president. Sick. On July 29th, FBI agents interviewed an individual who worked at the premises since Blank hereinafter called witness whatever. Witness so-and-so informed the FBI that he or she is regularly in the residential suite at the premises, and that as of recently as July 28th, witness so-and-so did not observe any banker boxes that are currently in the residential suite or Pine Hall. This witness did indicate that there have been occasions in the past where they have seen some banker boxes, but she's never seen more than 3 boxes at a time, which is Walt said. Paragraph 78 is also new, saying that as described above, evidence of these offenses has been stored in multiple locations, of subject offenses has been stored in multiple locations. Now, in addition to what we described earlier, Walt moved boxes. He moved 64 boxes from the storage room, and he only returned 25 to 30 boxes. And so it cannot be seen on video where the boxes were moved when they were taken from the storage room. And he did not reveal during his FBI interview or his grand jury that he moved boxes. So this is a box moving crime. Additionally, no witness has indicated that the boxes have left the premises. And so this affidavit from this FBI agent seeks authorization to search Trump's office and all storage rooms and any other rooms like Melania's closet or locations where boxes or records may be stored within the premises, concluding because we think there's probable cause to believe that crimes have been committed. And of course, they requested to seal all this stuff, and we just saw very limited components of it, respectfully submitted by some just goon FBI agent. Pathetic. Signed here by Bruce Reinhardt, the judge who ultimately authorized this whole scandal to occur, and it went off relatively quickly. The raid occurred back in August of last year, and there were a lot of exchanges back and forth. You know, Jay Bratt, the Oompa Loompa of Florida, May 25th, he got a letter, right, back and forth from Trump's people explaining the fact that Trump has privilege and presidential immunity and presidential discretion to retain these documents. So that is the unsealed search warrant, and it is revealing more what the FBI does. They go after their opponents. They have spies raiding and invading their master bedroom, and then they wait until Trump leaves to go and measure the drapes. That is something that is very curious. Why is this unsealing happening right now? Well, there are some ideas that maybe there's going to be a big ruling from Judge Cannon in Florida that might lead to a dismissal of the case. And of course, we're going to keep our eyes on the docket, and we hope that you join us as we do. Thank you for subscribing wherever it is you're watching this, and liking this video, and inviting someone you know or love, a friend or family member, come over here and check out our channel so that they can see what's happening behind the scenes in these cases. We've also got a great members only community. We do live streams in the morning, 6 days a week, including on Saturdays. We'd love to have you come and join us to talk about some other stuff that we can't squeeze into here during these live streams. Join us at watchingthewatchers.locals.com. We'll look forward to seeing you over there and back here on the next one.